Toxic masculinity from pop psychology to Hollywood gospel.
Mhm.
Central to this ideological shift is the rise of the concept of toxic masculinity. Coined in academic and therapeutic circles decades ago, the term entered the popular lexicon in the 2010s and has since become a catch all in media and Hollywood for the stereotypical behaviors of men that are deemed destructive: aggression, sexual entitlement, emotional repression, violence, you name it. Feminists have adopted toxic masculinity as shorthand to characterize the misogynist, abusive, or emotionally stunted behaviors common in men. In public discourse, and often in these films, toxic masculinity doesn't refer to individual bad actors so much as it indicts an entire system of social conditioning. It's the idea that traditional norms of manhood, the old boys don't cry, might makes right, and sow your wild oats mentality, create a poison that spreads through men's psyches by experience in society. I know.
100% no. Feminist conjecture about how societies work is 100% wrong. It is worse than wrong. It is to the point, wrong is just, it doesn't have any predictive value. Worse than wrong is it has reverse predictive value. If you actually assume the opposite of what feminism would say to assume, generally that's more accurate to reality. So feminist framework is absolutely a joke, okay? And furthermore, these what they identify as so-called toxic masculinity, even if we set aside the large amount of domestic and sexual violence that women themselves are responsible for, the men who engage in these activities, the biggest causal factor this is new stuff coming out. The biggest causal factor is having been subject to multiple forms of abuse as a child. All right. So this isn't the behavior of men who are socialized. This is the behavior of men who have been abused, and not like it is a tiny minority of men who have been subject to multiple types of abuse that actually go on to do this kind of abusive behavior. It's like 4% of them. 4%. But this is the biggest causal factor identified, that boys who are hurt by their caregivers and the people that they should be able to trust go on to be aggressive, or more likely to go on to be aggressive. And again, this is a tiny minority of even those boys go on to be more aggressive, to be more violent, to engage in the behaviors that they have been subject